Hello and welcome. Come on in, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, it's wonderful that people are up nice and bright on a Sunday morning. So hopefully that you guys are just shellacking, just taking it easy on this Sunday. Maybe you're just coming out of a workout or a meditation, or maybe you're just like rolling out of bed and you're just like, oh, hold on. Who's on? Why is she on so early? What's going on? Wherever you are on this beautiful morning, sending you out so much blessings. So good morning. My name is Mary Jane Tracy, and I am an astrologer and a spiritual intuitive coach, and bringing you love. Is that, are you saying hell? Or are you saying hello there, wildflower? Hey, Jessica. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about Mercury going retrograde. And I know, don't throw anything at me. Please don't throw anything. Tell me what's going on in my life. I don't know. I don't believe in psychics. Then why should I tell you if you don't believe in psychics? Like, what the fuck? Who cares then? You don't know what's going on in your own life? That's your issue. So let's talk a little bit about what Mercury retrograde is doing, it's stopping. Like, it looks like it's stopping. So that means the Earth is speeding up as it's going past. So as it's going past the Mercury, it looks like it's going to be slowing down. And right now it's stationary. And this year, yes, indeed, it's true. We are due for another Mercury retrograde. And it just seems like it's like, okay, hang on. What else can go on in the shenanigans in the cosmos? And as you know, as this commotion in the cosmos wasn't enough, Mercury will appear to stop in the sky and begin moving backwards on the astrology wheel. And it'll start to go backwards on June 17th. And it'll be in retrograde in Cancer until Saturday, July the 11th. So we're going to be in this for most of June. Good morning, Candice. Good morning, Ashley. Good morning, everybody. And all of the Mercury retrogrades this year are in water. And so the big theme for 2020 has to do with reestablishing a connection with your intuition. Can we have a 2020 do-over? That would be nice. And this is about connection with our intuition, the divine guidance that is always available to us. This is about coming into connection, coming into oneness with the energies around us. And it's taking that time to do it, right? It's taking that time to connect with ourselves and connect with what's going on. And Mercury retrograde in Cancer, in particular, asks us to take a closer look at how safe, comfortable, and secure we're really feeling. So this is what Mercury wants, because Cancer is about security. Cancer is the mother. It is the sign of bringing our emotions in. But she's also the Queen of Cups. Now, when we bring in the Queen of Cups, I mean, yes, there is emotion. But the Queen of Cups is very determined. She's a very forthright energy. She looks directly into the deepest corners of her heart. She is dreamy, intuitive, and aligns with the divine principles of love, being a channel of the light in all that she does in her realm. And we see the stars of the cosmos above her. Shines. And she is bringing in a sacredness, a source of energy. And this is what we want to start to bring forth. And this is what Mercury retrograde is asking us to do. She lives her life with a sense of care for all who cross her path and always putting others before her. So this is bringing in where Cancer is ruled by the moon and helps us take care of the foundational elements of our lives that help us feel anchored in a sense of connection and belonging. So with that moon energy, it is looking at where do we feel we're belonging? Where do we feel a sense of connection in our life? Where is it? What is it? That's what Mercury retrograde is bringing in. It's helping us to awaken even more. And whether that means making sure you have people in your life who you can talk about your true feelings with, which is very important. Working on a smarter plan to create a long-term earnings so you know that you'll be okay far into the future. Or ensuring your home feels like a supportive base camp. That's where this energy is coming in with Mercury retrograde. Where you can feel like you are most creative and nurtured and well cared for. This will be a time of re-examining what you already have in place and uncover a new perspective on how you relate to those and these focuses in your life. There's opportunity with this to nurture your relationships with others and to make sure that you're celebrating and gathering. And gathering, in order, you can gather in many ways, even though there's supposed to be social distancing, but there's gatherings in different ways. You could gather with a peaceful protest if you're wanting to go out for a peaceful protest. You can gather where you want to come into celebration with the summer solstice. There's a gathering with that new moon, solar eclipse. Gather in. You can gather on Zoom. You can gather on Facebook Live, however you want to get. You can gather in your friend's backyard. This is about allowing yourself to have and manifesting a loving energy and a soulful experience with people in your life. This is about creativity and expression in all its glory. And that's where with this Queen of Cups, along with Mercury retrograde, is bringing us into a place of reverence. It's bringing into us a place of reflection, a place where we can revive, a place where we can start to look into deeply, attuning ourselves to the needs of others, to really start to look at the warm and tender personality that make us feel at home, and where we can gather. Gathering is a big one with Mercury retrograde, bringing in and gathering so that we can communicate, and communication of issues abound. This is a time that you never really know if you're on the same page with those around you. So things tend to break, especially, sometimes electronics break. And yes, we know cars and appliances, entire websites. I lost a whole website once with Mercury retrograde. So ideally, you don't want to be messing around too much with those things if you can. But it's looking at the things that you can. And I think this is why Mercury comes in, and I call it he goes on vacation for 3 weeks, because we are so... He just told me, he said, good morning, son. Okay. You said good morning, son? All right. Did you say thank you for the day? Okay. All right. Yes, you can. So this is about us coming into healing, being empathetic with ourselves. This is about compassion, being honest. This is about looking at things in our life that may be breaking, and it may not be electronics, but maybe there's a breakdown in communication somewhere. And this is a time to take time out from social media, from any source of communications, where it could be, maybe you take a half day out. Maybe you take longer. Maybe you're going to take a couple of days off. Maybe you're going to take the whole 3 weeks off, of just not connecting in that way, finding new ways to connect with those around you, finding new ways of reaching out. So this is really a beautiful reflection time, a reflection for us to um, look at. And the main thing that happens with the Mercury retrograde are delays. So with those delays, we have to look at the delays and why they're happening. And we may have strong ideas of what we want to do and get done or accomplish, but the cosmos will probably have other plans for what has to be done or how people. And you're going to find it. The thing is that you're going to find it even sooner. Like yesterday, I was down at Blessed Circle, and I think every appointment was late for their reading, which was fine because we just went with the flow. Everybody got their reading. Everything ended up on time, but we could have sat there and got our shit and not like, where's the next person? And why aren't they here? And why is she over? And but what would we have accomplished with that? That's the thing. So this is about going with the flow of whatever is being presented to you, rather than try to push your own agenda. The cosmos is trying to give us a timeout to take with the reflection, with all this energy that's coming in with this, with Pisces, raging the storms, raging that internal. So that's very emotional. A lot of emotions are coming up, bubbling over. To now Mercury's in retrograde, and bringing that peace, bringing that tranquility, and looking at how can I put aside some time for just me, because that's where the Queen comes in. The King of Cups, when he comes in, because he's there too, right? Because you have the masculine and the feminine, is he wants you to look at both grounded and connected to your space, bringing in that groundedness and connectedness. Are you so hung up with everything right now and you're just getting so frustrated with what you are seeing and what you are feeling? This is about, in each hand, hold some water. Allow for that balance to come in. The conscious and the unconscious and the conscious realms, bringing in that balance in each hand. Take a moment, hold your water till it becomes still, and take a drink from that water, and allow for that stillness to come within inside of you. And that could take just a couple minutes as you're drinking your water. Because if you're a mom, or a dad, and you have kids, and the kids and everything are going, they're going bonkers, and I just don't want, isn't school over yet? This is really looking at it, and it's taking that time of going inward, of just breathing for a few moments and it's a practice. It really is. But this is our connection, and this is us balancing our creativity, our artistic expression with knowledge and wisdom, and speaks of the connection between your inner voice and your higher self. That's where this is coming forth. So just 1 second, I got a grandson. I'll talk to you in a moment, please. So this is really important to be able to do this. If you can get by water, be by water. If you can't get by water, put your sprinkler on. Last night we had a storm here in Calgary, and it just poured. Some places in Calgary got hail, and it looked like snow. There was hail damage with the, some people's houses and roofs and cars. So there's all of this, this is what the energy is coming in. It's just letting out all of the frustrations. And as I was sort of laying there, I fell asleep during it. I was just exhausted yesterday. And well, it didn't help that I had a couple glasses of mead. But just listening to that, the energy of that storm coming down was so powerful. Yet we had no control over it. and no control over how much rain is going to fall. We had no control about where it's going to fall. And as that thunder came and the lightning, flashed, that's, that I feel is a lot of what's going on with many of us. There's so much thunder within inside of us and frustration, and that it comes out in these flashes. So this is a time of reflection. And we're in it for 3 weeks. You can fight it. You can be bitchy about it. It's your choice. I would take some time and even find a candle. A nice white candle would be beautiful. Nice pillar one. So if you can find a really nice pillar candle and bring that in, and then each morning light the pillar candle. I don't want to fight. No, the Aries knowing. I love your name, the Aries knowing. I don't want to fight. But bringing in a white candle, light it for a few minutes, like in the morning. So when you get up in the morning, light your candle, bring it in and just say, bringing in the stillness and the peace of the day, bringing in the love and the light of the Mother and the Father, allowing for the balance to be within me in all that I do and all that I say and all that I be. That's it. A release, release, release. And that's coming into our higher selves. So when we go out and we see the nuttiness and the craziness in the world, we can send the blessings of love and light there. Because the thing is, we got to go to that higher spot. Yes, there's anger. Yes, there's frustration. Yes, it's all of that coming up. But I'm thinking of also all of those beautiful men and women throughout who've stood for Black Lives Matter. I'm thinking even of women in the suffrage and I can remember one, and I read the story and I can't remember her name. She chained herself outside of the White House. Chained herself. And they had to come and uncut her because she wanted the right to vote. And they threw her in jail. They threw her in jail. Like they just threw her in jail. And then she went on a starvation. And then they tried to force feed her with a tube and stuff. And just threw so much out. Just to bring rights. Just to bring rights. But still coming out and standing in her strength. This is where it's coming in. You got to stand together. Then what they thought is that we get rid of her, but what they didn't realize, they ended up with so many others standing at the gates of the White House to bring in white light, to bring in women's votes, all women. And then it was, then we have to bring all people of color to bring their votes. Like why just women? There's others, right? Bringing in that vote, bringing in, this is where the energy's coming in. Is that we got to stand together. The more we stand together, the more we come together. Yeah, it's a lot, but this is coming in with reflection. Some will be fighting. Yes, there will be fighting. There will be, frustrations. There will be so much coming up because of the emotions. Right? The emotions are going to be rising. But how are we going to direct our emotions? That's it. You could take your anger and you can direct it in a very positive way, or you can direct it in a very negative way. It's up to you. Anger is not something to be afraid of. Anger is something to embrace. And why am I so fucking pissed off? Okay, I got to sit there. Okay, this is why. So what are my steps to make the changes? The reason why people stand up to make changes is because there's something there that is pushing them down. They are unable to hear. Their voices are not being heard. And now, with the transgender, it's like, holy fuck, come on, guys. So this is very emotional. It's very sensitive. The King of Cups is diplomatic. He comes in He wants to stop. He needs the extra support. He wants the extra support. So this is where, how can I find the balance at this time? So this is really a big one for our reflection on how we want the world around us and taking those steps forward in the world around us and directing what is angering us, what is frustrating us, to a place that's going to make a change, not only for ourselves and those around us, but for our children, for our children's children, and our children's children. One more story. When the IRA were the IRA is still around, and that's the Irish Republic in Northern Ireland. And what they started to do is that they started a summer camp for kids, because for Protestant and Catholic, but it was a non-denominational camp, bringing kids together. Religion was not allowed to be talked about. But as these kids came together, they found that, oh, we're eating the same type of food. We have the same type of issues. We talk the same. We're learning the same thing in school. So what's the issue? And they go back, and these kids went back, and that's how a lot of the controversy and war stopped in Northern Ireland. It was through the children, through educating the children. Because sometimes adults are fucked up, are really fucked up. And they got a lot of stuff going up here. And this is where we got to start with the children. When we can start with the children and start educating them with the love and the light, it starts to spread. So bring in that energy of the King and the Queen of Cups, because it is within us. And with this Mercury retrograde, it is going to show us, whether we like it or not, to find that balance within inside ourselves. And it can be very frustrating, but it is a practice. It's practice in living in the moment. Sending you out so much love, and sending you out where I know the sun is, I wrote this down, quincunx, Pluto, and Jupiter. So we are going to start the week off needing to make adjustments in a lot of ways, where we're showing up for our plans and goals. And it might be a little bit uncomfortable. All right. So with that Pluto and Jupiter, and the sun is quincunxing that. So just know there might be some adjustments that you might have to make, and making adjustments. If anybody had to make adjustments in their back with a chiropractor and stuff, it can be a little bit uncomfortable. When we were in Londonderry a few years ago, our guide aside, they are still educating the young people. That's beautiful. Yes, educating. That's what we have to do. So I'll be posting all of this onto my Facebook page, on the Guru Mama page, and on Mary June Tracy. So on the weekly highlights. So I'll be posting that up for Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of the energies. We got a crazy week coming in. Just be in your light, be in your love. Know that there are going to be some adjustments, but sending you out so much love and light there. May the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say, and all that you do, and all that you be. Blessed be. My readings are pick a price. You can get a hold of me about, and you pick the price, 50 to 160. And also my divination class starts up on the 24th. Blessings, everybody. Bye-bye.